Oh, hello. Just one second. Hi. How are you doing? Oh, you watched SummerSlam too? You want to know what I think? Oh, sure. Sure. I mean, I even wrote down the matches that happened. See, I know what order they happened and everything. I don't know why I did that. I've never done that before. So, what'd you think about Cesaro versus Rob Van Dam in the kickoff show? Oh yeah. Well, I didn't think it was very good. Cesaro is amazing. He's incredible. He can put on a good match with anyone, including Rob Van Dam, except for the part where Rob Van Dam has been phoning it in ever since his return, since he came back. I don't even remember when he came back. But, like, this, for who was involved here, this should have been way better than it was. And it was really disappointing. And I'm really sick of Cesaro, who's red, fiery hot out of WrestleMania. He just keeps losing. It's real disappointing. Ever since they paired him with Payman? That's way easier than saying Paul Heyman, isn't it? Ever since they paired him with Paul Heyman, they've dropped the ball with him. He's fizzled out entirely almost. And it's real disappointing. I'm going to give that match a I don't care. And then, brother, I'm not going to do my Hulk Hogan impression. Hulk Hogan came out and I don't know why. Why was he there? People were already there. It's not like, people were already watching the show at that time. He wasn't advertised from what I know. And Hulk Hogan kind of sucks, and he has for a really long time. He was never really that good, if you think about it. That was an era in which he was just tolerable. Now he's just god awful. I don't know. You compare him to the greatest talkers ever. He's not among them. He's really not. He's not good. It's his brother a lot. Not bad. So that sucked. He even stumbled over a few words. He didn't screw up as bad as he did in WrestleMania. That was pretty funny. But he, just real bad. There's a theme coming here because I'm about to tell you about what else was bad, like The Miz. The Miz is, I'm not gonna swear, but he's awful. He's a horrible human being. I don't know The Miz. He might be a great guy, but he sucks. He sucks as a wrestler. He can't talk. The man just has no charisma. He's just super boring to me. He has no personality whatsoever. He took the Rock's gimmick now, the Hollywood Rock, the great heel gimmick that he had from like 2004. Brilliant. And he took that, that's 2003 I think. And he took that and he's making it poop. That's a genius gimmick, and he's just sucking huge balls with it. Just taking, like this microphone here, this is a blue snowball. It's a blue ball. He's sucking it. The Miz is, like, I had to fight The Miz off because he was sucking this thing real bad. As a result, the Miz versus Dolph Ziggler was not very good. I don't know. I expected The Miz to win, though. That's interesting. Doesn't matter. Dolph Ziggler's not getting out of the mid-card ever again. It's not happening. Sorry, it's not. I wish he would, though. I like him. So I have written down here, I don't know if you saw it, but I have written down 4 Germans. It struck me as odd that there was a German announced team to begin with, but that there were 4 of them. I just wanted to talk about that. So next is Paige versus AJ Lee. I'm gonna get super sexist with you right now. I kind of hate 99.632878% of all female matches. I think the vast majority of them are terrible. Even the good female matches, the ones that are highly regarded, are average male matches at best. There are a few exceptions, like Lita versus Trish, which I haven't seen in probably a decade, so maybe it's not as good as I remember it. But then at NXT, one of those special events, I don't remember what it was called, Takeover? I think it was Takeover. Charlotte versus Natalya. That was a great match. That was, by anyone's standards, that was a great match. So it is possible. But generally speaking, female matches suck. Sorry. I didn't do it. It's not my fault. I didn't do this to you. I didn't make that rule. Don't blame me. Speaking... There's no segue here. Swagger versus Rusev. Oh boy, that was a really uncomfortable match for me. The match itself was okay. Like, you know, there's some decent reversals. Rusev looked like he was about to freaking die of exhaustion, but that was whatever. I'm not really that upset about that. The crowd mixed with the commentators made that super uncomfortable for me. Let's talk about, think about this. Swagger not that long ago, Jack Swagger and Zeb Coulter were horrible racists, and now suddenly they're good guys. They're the ones we're supposed to root for. Let that sink in. That's real bad. And the crowd was getting behind it too, even when they were bad, like the We the People thing, which makes me kind of uncomfortable to be a wrestling fan, and also kind of uncomfortable to be an American, because the American side in this, they kind of look worse than the Russian side, especially with the way JBL especially was like, oh, the whole country, oh, we did a great disservice, because Jack Swagger versus Rusev, apparently the leadership of the country was on the line, because that's how important it seemed to them. It was real uncomfortable. And then at the end of the match, which was a flag match. What is a flag match? It's not flag on a pole. It's not like try to get a flag up on a pole. It was just a flag match. It was just a match that happened to end with a flag. It didn't even end with the flag. The match ended, and then after the end of the match, there was a flag that came down. Which, okay, whatever. Which, you know, the Russian flag doesn't offend me as a person. I don't know why the crowd was so against it, and the commentators are like, oh, this is disgusting. It makes us seem like every single one of us is a horrible person. No wonder people hate America. I don't really care if people hate America, whatever. The funny thing about that, though, is that I don't think Lana or Rusev are actually Russian. So when they played the Russian national anthem, when the giant Russian flag dropped behind them, they didn't know what to do. Like, the words were... most people say, like, the Star Spangled Banner plays at a sporting event. A lot of people are singing along with it. And especially when you're trying to make a message like, oh, yeah, America, you sing along with it. They were just kind of sitting there. Rusev especially was great because he's like... He was completely lost at what to do, and Lana was just standing there like, you Americans. It was real bad. The match itself wasn't the worst thing in the world, but surrounded by all that garbage, it just made it super uncomfortable for me. What follows was possibly my favorite thing of the night, and that was Dean Ambrose versus Seth Rollins in the Lumberjack match. The build-up to this match has been great. Like, legitimately great. Not even, like, great for wrestling, but legitimately great. I enjoyed almost every bit of it. I think hiding in the present was kind of stupid. I think hiding in the trunk was kind of stupid. But it was a... And also, when they announced that it was a Lumberjack match, I'm like, oh no. Alright, you, right now, stop what you're doing. Well, don't stop watching this, because this is fantastic. But... think about this. List 5 of your top favorite Lumberjack matches. I'll wait. You can't, can you? No, because Lumberjack matches are stupid. They're gimmick matches that are on Raw for, like, they last 5 minutes. Because they're stupid. You don't put that in a pay-per-view match until this one. Because it was great. It was a lot of fun. They did it, and they even sold it really well. Like Dean Ambrose said, oh, we made a lot of enemies in the Shield. It worked out really well, and like it turned into like a false, well, not really a false count anywhere, but they went all around the arena. They came back. The finish was good. I enjoyed it. It was my favorite match of the night. Which is unfortunate that what came next was Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. Bray Wyatt versus Chris Jericho. That match should have happened way sooner than it did. They could have split up any of this garbage in the beginning with this match. Or put even Ambrose and Rollins before, because having that one right after the other, especially when Ambrose and Rollins was that good, it just ruined Wyatt and Y2J for me, because it just didn't live up to it. It was not as good. It was slow, which, you know, good matches can be slow, as I will explain later on. But it didn't do what it needed to do. Bray Wyatt wins definitively, which is what needed to happen. But the ending was kind of lackluster. It just kind of came out of nowhere. There was no build up to the ending. It just, Bray Wyatt wins. Oh, okay. Well, of course he does. But couldn't you have done that in a more exciting way? No? Okay, cool. Yeah, I was a little disappointed by that. I'll be honest with you right here. Brie Bella versus Stephanie McMahon, I was making food for half of it because, come on. You don't blame me, do you? Because that match was, on paper, sounded horrible. And in practice, at least the half that I saw, it was pretty bad, wasn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't good. Here's the thing that bugged me about that. So, Triple H came out to help Stephanie win. Makes perfect sense. Nikki Bella came out to, in theory, stop Triple H from helping Stephanie win. Okay. But then Triple H helps Stephanie, but then somehow gets distracted, and then Brie and Nikki ambush Stephanie. And then Nikki turns on Brie Bella. This is the part where I'm confused. Why did Nikki Bella come out there in the first place? Triple H was more than capable of helping Stephanie win that match. Nikki didn't need to come out if that was her plan the whole time. I mean, this whole storyline has been really stupid to begin with, like the logic. Stephanie is kind of, while she's been mean, she's kind of been right the whole time. Daniel Bryan should have dropped the title. Daniel Bryan should have wanted to drop the title. Of course, Stephanie would want Daniel Bryan to drop the title. He's injured. He can't defend the title. Of course, like, so, and then the whole affair thing and Brie Bella looking like a freaking idiot and attacking a civilian and then attacking the boss. Of course she's going to get arrested. Like, how am I supposed to cheer for an idiot who's also wrong? I can't. And then especially with this whole Nikki thing, I just don't care. I just didn't care about this at all. Like, didn't need to happen. And that's, from what I hear, Stephanie was slightly impressive. Don't care. Orton's, there's two Ortons. Orton versus Reigns. I am not ready to jump on the Roman Reigns bandwagon. I'm just not ready for it at all. I think he has a long way to go, because I wish I could have access to this clip, because his last week's promo on Raw was where he's like, believe it? It was real bad. He's not good at talking anyway. He's okay in the ring. He clearly can't, as this match will tell you, he can't carry a match for very long. I didn't think this match was very good. Yeah. Orton also, man, that guy has such potential, and he just ruins it every single time. He's so boring most of the time, but then there's like a slight little flash of just brilliance. And every time he does an RKO out of nowhere, I get like, ooh, that was cool. Ooh. Yes, that match wasn't very good. There's a trend here. I didn't like a lot of this pay-per-view. One thing I did like, however, is the main event of Brock Lesnar versus John Cena. The build-up to this has been not bad, considering Cena and Lesnar weren't around for half of it. Lesnar especially. Paul Heyman's fantastic, of course. But the match itself, I did not expect the merciless whooping that John Cena got. Like, I didn't think it was WWE would allow that to ever happen. and they totally did. It may have gone on a little too long, but for the most part, I think it really worked. Like, I was just like, oh, when's the Cena comeback? When's the Cena comeback? And it didn't ever come, and it worked in that way. It surprised me, and that's what we need right now, because we need Brock Lesnar to be believable as a person that just cannot be stopped. In theory, until Roman Reigns comes from no, until Daniel Bryan comes back as the underdog and takes him down. Royal Rumble, Daniel Bryan comes in, he wins, he beats him at WrestleMania. So the pay-per-view as a whole, I will say, to its credit, was extremely unpredictable. The vast majority, like, I think I got 3, let's see, I got the 4 Germans right, the German announce team now. So I thought Orton was going to win by cheating. I was wrong. I thought Brie was going to win. I was wrong. I knew Bray Wyatt was going to win. That was one of them. I knew Rollins was going to win. That was one of them. And Lesnar. Those are the only 3 that I got right. Everything else was completely up in the air, and I was wrong. I like it when that happens, because I hate it when wrestling is predictable. There have been multiple months in a row where I've predicted every single thing that happened, and it's a real shame when that happens, because why am I watching if I know exactly what's going to happen? So the fact that I don't know what's going to happen, even with this Lesnar Cena thing, I don't know who's Lesnar going to fight now. He'd probably fight. No, he may not. That's pretty big. Well, I mean, he has to fight Cena again with the rematch clause. They need, this is off topic. They need to get rid of the rematch clause, because I don't want to see the same match over and over again. Get rid of it. It's fake wrestling anyway. You don't need it. People will forget it. Just stop. Yeah. So overall, those 2 matches were good. The main event and Ambrose and Rollins was really good. The rest of the show was kind of boring. I'm hearing some decent praise for this show. I don't know where that, I mean, apparently the main event's important, because everyone's ignoring the rest of the show, which was garbage. I don't know. I'll say it's a mediocre at best show. And that's what I think. Believe it?